and continuation are separate problems. Void maintenance log. Void maintenance log.
Before getting in the main topic, there's something I need to say. I want to talk about first meaning. There are three types. There's meaning of life, the salvation, the success, that meaning too. Making value judgment like that. One more that could affect, like, because this happened, that happened, this happened, that happened. I promise all as religion, daily life, but why I don't accept them or law? It's because when I got them, the backlash is big, and it came down to cutting out whatever was need to keep going. I had to bug you since this for a while, but I'm probably someone who gets pulled in a belief easily, so I might be easy to hypnotize to, because that stories are more broadly picturing things. Using imagination does affect me a lot. So if I build a story like that, got here thanks to that person, or this will work if I do it, or this is the truth, I think this becomes a problem. I've been going over show description, thinking a lot about myself and podcast. One thing I've been trying to add recently, the idea that absolute is just a model humans made up, that people only define things and make the models. I want to include that, but that's not what the show about. It's just the background, also meanings to broader world. I'm not rejecting all of it, and not all of it in religion. I'm trying to figure out how to say it. Meaning system might work. Finally, found good way to put it. Meaning it's something added to fact after the fact. It's a story attached later. In daily life, humans give reason after back. What consciousness does it isn't prepare? It attaches the reason after. Same goes for life as for I got here thanks to that person. Good things I found religion back then. Good things I made that choice or after. The fact reason, and this reason keeps changing depending on when you ask that. Humans, not many people get meaning that way. Not trying to act superior here. Just don't think many people take that seriously. Also, Kiritu and Japanese end up sounding stiff, and Teijun just sound like routine, but it's more like rules that cover everything. Finer that across all areas, spend time figuring out what's correct, what's left, or condition that are left over ones that let me keep running. I use them. Also, I've been going back and forth whether to mention the time and religion. Don't want it to get heavy, but it add weight. Saying I swore to that illusion of meaning that rent harder coming from someone who's rabbit spend time on how to describe the groups itself to could say I start hard at the structure of meaning, or that drives someone who, without knowing it, would rejection response to meaning. Even while believing hurt, that's exactly why I didn't blindly believe. I looked at what meaning actually was. The condition I mentioned. What keeps me from falling apart, and they cover everything. Tried imagining today what it'd be like without them. First, the state where all conditions are gone probably end up with rhythm, but that's just speculation. Maybe DNA means that wouldn't happen anyway. In that case, maybe it's not that structure prevents a falling apart. Maybe more like I can't fall apart by design. And that structure, the procedure, the routine came from that humans are strange that way. You can make up rhythm endlessly, but that actual code effect is hard to pin down. Also, concentrating on something, the route I got going every day is concentration. But what's different is it not going anywhere, not for growth, not out of purpose or mission. It was what I needed to not break down. If I'd been going after goals hard, studying intensively, planning things out, being efficient, short, hard up, focus pushing hard towards something I break down like I did. High school, I'd get back. Next topic. Neighbors that see differently get asked who's next door. Easier for neighbors to pretend I don't exist, so my existence probably been erased. That made me sad. Being told I'm home would be uncomfortable to don't know what they think. I've been through a lot of bad stuff with Nogizaka info. From when I ran advice site after, been try not to look, but that's the only place to get updates. Starting to stress about it again. Also been too hasty lately. English episode after lunch today. Sat differently because it's got warmer. Got worried it's upset stomach. Had a terrible afternoon because that's just from sitting differently after lunch. Next, seeing someone sincere makes me impressed. Wanna be sincere at least, but podcast. Don't think I'm sincere as person overall. Got a lot common with samurai types. Got a lot common with samurai types, but no sense of loyalty. Reason I'm not sincere. No moral sense. Philosopher said same thing to me. Morality is excuse from people in weak position. I'm poor, but rich people lack morality, so I'm the better one because I'm the one successful battery. It's just cool. Gradually understand that since I was a kid, probably. Moving on first, can't understand people who say life has got hard stuff, but also good stuff. So it's great, isn't it? Just even. You said it was hard. Did you forget that 5 seconds ago? Totally don't get it. Also, people who say life is hard, then talk life if 100% good might be just an expression, but still feels off. Can't be like that. Maybe they wanna say who you're positive it feels that way, but life every single day from morning to night, but being bright and joyful. Maybe they need to understand Nigginbaji Sayogama a bit more. So when talking about life to others, maybe only good part come back. Same person through hard structure. Their animal can't avoid it. Can't understand people who's only got hope for future either. And when I was aiming for med school, I only got hope for university. Probably because elementary through high school was hell, carried illusion of hope, but university no idea what it actually be like. At last time when I gone strange, I was the same way. Only hope, of course, life's not like that. Hopes only had know that. But about university, specifically, hope was that I study medicine to research field fulfilled no thought of romance or hanging out, and just the idea of studying hard was enough. Don't know why, but people with only hope seem off. Should have been 50-50, not despair, but at least awareness, and that's good. But what happened, knowing that, still looked at university with some hope. Anyway, moving on. Parent was phone didn't flush toilet. Went to flush after, but then couldn't use it. Then hard touching up cup without washing hand, or maybe washed but sounded too quick. Told mom recently, and I figure she's paying attention. This was 2 days ago. Wanted to change clothes but couldn't cut a shopping trip. Managed to change eventually, just bad timing. Changing clothes take a long deliberation. Changed yesterday to after going back and forth. Routine breaks. There are a lot to wait. Also, trash was left on sofa. That's the kind of thing that shows how someone sees you. Came from mom. Happened a lot. Wasn't brother at the time, but it's too frequent. People on entertainment really gave it everything. Singers pushing through second half of concert even when exhausted. I can see it. Celebrity sitting study looking tired. I catch that, but there's something that bothers me. Makes sense given human biology, but starting out having fun then tiredness catch up, discomfort set in, sweating, overheating, can't just stop mid-song. It's avoidable, but performing long place of trying hard rather than impulse or low energy, something wears off. Can't help it though. On other side, breaking all reason and doing whatever you want doesn't work on entertainment either. Humans are hard. In my case, the balanced different from others. Can't do what others do. A mix of wanted it one or other for me. When looking for our past, who I want to do research, I want to do the only research things I don't want to do, like gym, who I'm doing. I want to do only that. I want to do only what I want, or only what I don't want. That's what I want. Recently found a similar sounding song. Don't know title mentioned. Its parent got praised, but remembering it annoyed me. Parent doesn't hit similarity around, nothing comes up on search either, but it's definitely similar. Probably influenced, since no one online noticed once game, but put energy in nothing, something no one else cares about. Moments like this, I always feel who I got. Even partial musical ability is frustrating. Never gets seen. I'm not think it's a long game. Happens a lot. Maybe 7 or 8 out of 10 songs really definitely similar. So when I listen close, surprised I call it completely trivial, but not happy about it either. Found similar song listen once and but spend many minutes on it. Not sure if other guys are same, but that type of girl. Others are not kinda boyish, maybe not all. Not all boyish types, but the kind of women would find attractive. I find that appearing like woman fine. No more there. No matter what I said, and listeners probably don't buy normal from me, especially with developmental stuff and everything they know about me. But attraction with wise, I'm normal, just not the masculine woman type exactly. More like woman who even other women find cool. So one video recently found her really appearing. Think a lot of guys share this. Actually, funny things. Cute girls are obviously attractive to Hayao Miyazaki, female protagonist, and they got that cool curry. Maybe that's clothes. Something everyone find poem that's composed quality. People with backbone doesn't actually exist. It's religion, but something lined up. Can't observe backbone directly. It's something I'm contract inside. Just a belief I made up. But in that relationship, I can see clearly, and this person got backbone. There are people like that find them attractive. Backbone can't exist. So something else shared, not about being bored. Different style backbone shouldn't exist. Couldn't answer what if even is. If asked. Next, song called Morainaki Guy, whose printer friend got stuck on cardboard books and can't get out. He would help, but friend explain why it's stuck. Guys end up crying about it. And that's kind of story I like. Personally hate lyrics and music, hate literature music, but about sound that's written in it. That's where most of enjoyment is. Art is, but making it with literature weird with something I hate. Literature itself, I hate it. So that song that's written deep, but what it is, it's just that. People take all kind of extra meaning from it, but it's just that. I like that right at Korea. Feels like opposite of pushing things that aren't there. Moderate seems high, broad, hard to approach, like genius. Other worldly operating on deep level, but it's something else. Hard to explain. It's very down to earth and doesn't get the highbrow quality as person. Music might take it as highbrow, but it's not the complicated thing with picture like it was made to enjoy sound. not all present, but not weirdly forcing art. No, it's pure literature I hate because it's trying to be artist by being grotesque. Modest music is a dark part called diverse music, but that's what's good about it, not darkening things to paint shadow for art's sake, just strapping as far as it goes. No extra meaning attached, and that's what I liked. Operating on deep level, but is something else hard to explain is very down to earth and does not get that highbrow quality with present music that might take it as highbrow, but it's not the complicated thing that we picture like it was made to enjoy sound, not all present, not weirdly forcing art on it. Pure literature I hate because it's trying to be artist by being grotesque. More that music is dark part called developed music, but that's what's good about it. Not dragging things to paint, showing her art, make just dropping as far as that goes. No extra meaning attached. That's what I like. Nakata Kota says lyrics got no meaning. He only cares about sound and rhythm. Sakamoto Ryuichi said lyrics don't reach him. Couldn't tell what's good, but Southern all-stars like that kind of talk. By the way, similar song I mentioned, Nogizaka Girls covered it. Tokyo Jihen band, I hate. Shina Ringo, I hate too. People who like Shina Ringo hate them. Putting that aside, didn't wanna hear that song, but girl from Nogizaka covered it, so I listened. It's similar to Hidamari no Uta. The chorus spent whole time searching for it. Ichiro personally well acting everything except baseball talent is similar, though I played baseball too. Just not the talent part. Personally, wise got a lot common. Talk about this before. Music taste, both like hip hop similar there, but like Yazawa Eikichi a lot likes Shina Ringo too. That part completely upset. Things I hate, loved. Generation-wise, I could like that era's music, and I do that era generally might be sadly to also been going over the show description episode title. No new this already, but wondering if I should have paid more attention there. Frustrated, I made up. I made overlooked pulled up past description. I made a looked at thought that are good. What that made me realize even when looking at words, I'm not seeing the word themselves, more like seeing emotion I layered over. Maybe because processing speed is slow, but there's a gap between consciousness and sensation. People assume consciousness runs sensation and action, but something small of hard to say words out of sync with what clearly consciousness being center of everything running, everything being what I am. That doesn't add up. Otherwise, this lag wouldn't happen. Like when eating, there's an observer watching me eat, not usually aware of observing, but sometimes that lag appears, usually can manage the illusion that consciousness runs everything, but there are moments when that stops working. Kim Tak is impersonator looks like but you don't say it's super good looking. Isn't that strange? Someone who looks like extremely good looking person end up being just average. Interesting also seeing beautiful celebrity father who looks like her. Something me switched off and cute then something we different. Hard to put in word, but that's just me. Father daughter like daughter still cute. Father who looks like daughter isn't cute. Strange in a way. Obvious and another. Same goes for impersonator. Kim Taku. Nogizaka girl parent says she looks like someone else. Says they're quality cute, but same as above. Kim Taku looking like impersonator doesn't make Kim Taku less good looking. Parents finding similarly, but what's their thing and just off. Yesterday listening to podcast, person was angry at friend Tanaka. Didn't feel anything for it myself. I got strong sense of fairness. Notice when things are off others, but listening to someone go off, but fairness never gets that. Finally, someone said it, feeling conform it always around. No one's got same sensibility. Before being boy, there was a feeling of something corroding inside. What remained after stripping everything down to deal with that's done. Settle, don't let anything land. So no stability, and that means no. Do this, you'll be fine. No, you can believe this. So no, add this to life, it'll work. Want those things more than most people, but that giving up can't have them. Also, feel resources keep them full, not busy exactly, but built over years. Always got nervous active, not constant tension or stress, not needing to relax, just always got nervous, engaged, not stiff tension. Other would see it as intense way to live, but that's what it is. No friend actions constrained, and that constraint created engagement. Constraining action differently creates that feeling. Results mean leaving no gaps. Nothing can get in. No strange comparison come up. Well, not always acting when thinking hard, action that overlap. Living by discipline means not running in a same self sacrifice over and over, not writing weird stories, not a feeling of being chased, not forcing a pack schedule, not about busy or not busy, doesn't fit that standards. Hate always rules requirement completely pinned busy one sense something every moment but not a usual kind of busy. Also all of what gets talked about here comes while eating or washing hand middle of focused routine. Mind wanders. Maybe action doesn't matter after all. Had been not taking stories, observing things, but the question becomes with discipline even not necessary, not taking stories, not carrying illusion. That's true. But what I'm talking about now erosion that comes from standing void. Erosion happening there. In that sense, discipline must keep things stable. Though thought before doing something for a year straight versus allowing 10 days of completely different terms of engagement and daily action. Having that mental room to take even one day of different room from not having it. The rules of no stopping that probably been a big thing. That shift how I live energy 24 hours, probably what I need biologically appropriate level of low level stress, no tension at all, doesn't work either. Medically don't know how it be described. Constant tension isn't good either. Read psychology with no exception works subconscious book about focus. Subconscious accepted that function like boundary can correct boundary just a heuristic, but it works. No exception means not leaving this area. No legitimate, not making exit through hope or salvation. That's discipline being no exit. Worked subconscious accepted psychologically speaking didn't fall apart. Accepting subconscious is important for continuing, also not objectively sudden, but carrying awareness, even at maybe 1% of consciousness. That's an anxiety or mental shaking was making me write weird stories that was probably epic. Didn't need to conclude anything from it. In the case that it's fiction and didn't need to be constant, just having it sometimes was enough. Probably why erosion didn't happen. This discipline wasn't protecting against thought itself. It was protecting against the thought becoming a story, not getting to life's pointless, not getting crushed by void even when it's there. Also, it's not thinking that cause problem. It's what you're thinking about. Today I had clothes change head and hadn't done it yet. Routine stopped because of that. Also recently putting phone away changed routine slightly. Could that touch the handle, which was a mistake. Clothes pick up coming up after that. That's what happened when routine breaks. Not careless, put real attention. What I touch, but change action meant I couldn't keep handle touching consistent like before. Now sometimes touch handle going downstairs, so different pattern encodes this kind of mistake. What I fear, not self-destruction exactly, but going reckless related to that. Maybe carelessness can't make exceptions. That's why focus breaks during meals, during check routine. One trips connect to reckless. Every moment's got something like rules, finer than rules, more like fixed way. Maybe habit is closer. Podcast being where I stay sincere, connect to this. Going reckless, the completely off table is baseline. Things like who it reached fine, or who it hit someone good, enough. That's reckless to me, or as long as it's got recorded, or doesn't matter for now. One get it. Might feel easier, but reckless connect to what I talked about before. Not caring indifference. That's giving up. That's nihilist posturing. Most people think whatever art, just performing cool, fine to perform it. But I've been standing straight, boy. That's how I live. Also recently a lot of special episode, irregular Japanese episode changed cause more change start getting impatient English episode to changing course more change. People who don't have problem with change are fine, but change itself problem for me. Problem gets bigger. And today finished morning routines early. At time before breakfast, nothing to think about. That's when I go panic. People with tight routine, even small break through them. Today, nothing to think about. When that becomes uncomfortable, the chain start should do something earlier. Next topic: when food tastes fat during meal, whatever comes after usually tastes stronger. Also, eating a lot of same thing makes me sick of it. That day, but over longer stretch, I stop being sick of it. Means humans are structured to balance themselves. Think about how to not get sick of things. Probably all the same and end. Very to balance. What's get old or get old? Flip side, not getting sick of something now might mean getting sick of it. Over a longer stretch, zero sum. Even so, wanna keep trying not to get sick of things, illusion, but wants that attitude. Want to fix everything, but minimum effort count. Diner Nimono today. First, 油揚げ and while made me what inari sushi. Realized I got weirdly strict with myself, but also worried about going back to eating what I want. Daikon, carrot were good to add carrot on it. Satsumage didn't. Satsumage didn't appear at all. Pork and probably roast. Different from usual nimono, not really a sweet, similar type. Add aburage on it before, maybe fish today, probably benizake. Less oil than shirodake. I say onigiri, 2 types. Flaked fish, big chunk. Flaked types better at convenience stores. Flaked both. Flaked from convenience stores, chunks from baseball days.